Right, we're going to take a look at Black Dawg by Led Zeppelin, and essentially this track's made up of 4 different riff sections, so we'll just break down each of the sections and take you through it nice and slowly. Something to bear in mind when you're playing this track is that the riffs, very often the timing of them in between each section, from the vocal breaks into the riffs, can alter. I kind of get the impression that possibly the whole thing was recorded very much on the nod, with the the band sort of playing together. So just make sure you listen to the original before you you attempt to play the track through, to just get the right sort of feel of each part. We'll kick things off then with our first and main riff. I'll play it through for you and then we'll take a look at it. Here we go. Okay, this riff figures pretty much throughout the entire track. Also sounds like it's been doubled as well, with the final A5 chord, as if it was played and then dipped with a whammy bar or something, as the chord kind of scoops in on one side. The whole of this riff is based predominantly around the A minor pentatonic scale, with some additional chromatic passing tones. We start off on the E note at the 7th fret of the A, play G at the 5th fret of the D, 6th fret, which is G sharp, and then to A at the 7th fret D. So I'll play that for you. Then we drop down to the E note on the 7th fret D, 7th fret A, and then to the C on the 5th fret of the G string. So we have this. Then back to the A note on the 7th fret of the D string. Then we play D up to E on the 7th and 9th fret of the G, and then C to D, hammer on and pull off on the 5th and 7th fret of the G. Play the A note twice on the 7th fret D, back to the C, 5th fret G, and then to the A on the 7th fret D. So I'll play it so far. Then we play G to A, which is 5 and 7 on the D string. D to E, 5 to 7 on the A. C to D, which is 3 to 5 on the A. And then open A, A5 power chord at the 2nd fret D and G, open position. So I'll play it slowly for you. It's important that you watch out for that little triplet, which occurs on the 5th and the 7th fret of the G string, so you get that. Okay. Our next riff is basically very, very similar, and it just transposes down into E minor. So we're going to be using the E minor pentatonic scale. So I'll play this riff for you and then we'll take a look. Here we go. Obviously, for that little breakdown of that riff, I included our previous riff, so you could hear how the 2 parts fit together. Our next riff then, in E minor, starts off on the 7th fret of the E, which is the B note. Then we play D, E flat and E, or D sharp and E. Play 7 on the E string again. 5 on the D. Back to 7 on the A string. Then we play 7 on the bottom E again. And back up our little chromatic run, which was 5, 6 and 7. So this is what we've got so far. Obviously after the little chromatic run, up to the 7th fret of the A. I played 7 on the bottom E and then 5 on the D. Play the figure again. You can see I'm simply using that chromatic figure going between 5, 6 and 7. It's all of the same notes basically. I'll play it really slowly so you can see exactly what I'm doing. That obviously leads us into the next riff. Something quite important to also look out with this, and also something from the point of view of just demonstrating how clever Jimmy Page was when it came to writing riffs. He's taking the same group of notes, but he's displacing the rhythm so that you're falling on the beginning of the beat on a different note each time. I'll just demonstrate that for you. So we're coming 1, 2. You can hear that I'm actually starting the beat by landing on that E flat. So the riff appears to be maybe slightly odd time, but it's not. It's just where the accent is falling, which, when you're writing your own riffs, that can be quite a useful tool for making, very simple ideas sound a lot more complicated. So play it one more time. Obviously see I'm nodding my head there, which is implying where we're landing on the beat.